And I truly believe, and I have seen working with my students over and over and over, is this. Even though you are told by so many people that this is not connected, that is not connected, I have seen all the time, when we change the diet, when we do the gut restoration, gut disbalance, rebalancing the gut, when we heal the brain, then when we change the lifestyle, when we give the child need-based parenting, the kind of love and attention the child really needs, all the time the kids really react very nicely. They come back from their shell, whatever age they are. I have worked with 2-year-old, I have worked with 4, 5, 6, 10, even 14-year-old. I have always seen this come and come again when we change the diet mostly, and then also do a little bit of detoxification, because just now I said that maldigestion causes influx of chemicals, so you have to remove the chemicals, stop other things from coming inside at the same time, or reduce as much as possible. And all of those things you can do at the comfort of your own home. You don't have to run to 10 different places, actually.
Yeah, and pay a lot of money to therapist as well.
And even if you're paying a lot of money, I would say if it gave result, we wouldn't have
therapists. Therapists, I feel like I don't know, when the kid is nonverbal and the parents are asked to admit him to speech therapy, I just don't know how that will work, because the kid is just not able to communicate anything. Okay. He's totally nonverbal. He's not even speaking a single word. Then I don't know what the speech therapist is going to do that will make him, speak. They're just going to speak with him, right? They're just going to tell the kid that, okay, you say this. Maybe they'll repeat the same sentence or same words over and over again to make him, memorize that. Yeah. So that thing resonated with me so much when you talked about this, when you talked about your son's speech delay and how you overcome that. I like, my son is still taking speech therapy. He's still taking it, but but my son was never nonverbal. So his problem is not that. So his problem is not learning. He learns a lot from reading the books, from us. Like, I talk to him a lot. So his only problem was that he suffered, like he struggles with back and forth conversation. So I just started it not very long time ago, and even last night me and my husband were talking, and we were like, I don't think it's going anywhere, and I don't see any changes, and I don't even see why we're paying her.
Exactly.
Like he sits like, he's able to sit there at one place. He's doing it virtually. He's able to sit on the chair, and he's able to take that appointment class. It's like 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes. He's able to do that. But there are kids who are not even able to sit. There are kids who are not able to make an eye contact, who are not even able to speak a single word. Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense.
And then the thing is, you are told by the people, and then the people also, the therapists, they would say like, okay, I can give your child therapy only when he sits. So you have to first make him to sit and then bring him to me. And I'm like, what?
Isn't that your job?
Isn't that your job? Yeah. Exactly. What I'm saying is this: I usually say this word or this phrase, my son is not a monkey, because I feel like this training thing, this therapy is not really therapeutic. It's just monkey business. It's just training and trying to polish from outside, whereas the problem is from inside. How many, let's say, how many situations can you teach your child? How many? Is it possible?
Yeah.
You have to let the brain to do its magic, because the brain is the most complex computational instrument in the world. So you cannot teach, come here, sit down, say salam, do prayers and all of those things. You can teach certain things, but then after some point it really becomes too hard. It's not really a sustainable way, actually. And if it worked, I would have been happy, paying the thousands of bucks that it takes, but it's not giving result. Why would I? Another thing I want to add is this: when you go to them and then they say all kids are not same, they are different, so they need different approach, but they're using the same approach for all the kids.
For everyone,
to me. So when I'm saying change the diet, do the lifestyle, and they're like, all kids are not same. So just because it helped your son doesn't mean it will help my son. Like what?
And then again, over here, I would say that when I attended your Zoom session, you mentioned that, you know, you have a customized program for every kid because every kid has their own challenges, their own delays, their own problems. Not all the kids, as we say, that autism is a spectrum, so not all the kids are same, not all the kids have the same delays, not all
I'll
the kids
have
have
you
same
in the
challenges.
motion because I just have a FedEx delivery. You keep saying,
Okay, that's
okay?
okay. That's okay.
Life
So yeah,
happens.
so you already mentioned that even your program and even your you know, as you recommend the diet changes or lifestyle changes, they are different for every kid. You know, they are based upon every kid's condition and circumstances.
Yes,
So
yes, we have the
yeah,
customization. Do I need to sign anything?
Just needs a payment actually for duties and customs fee.
How much?
1543.
How can I do that?
Either credit card or cash.
Okay, I have the card. Can you hold?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what a timing. So what we do is
that's okay.
you were
That's
supposed to
okay.
deliver at the
So
in the evening.
there
Never mind.
is Sarah.
So what I was saying is yes, we do the customization because listen, if your child is 3-year-old, his nutritional need will not be same as a 5-year-old,
Yeah.
right? Not like a 6-year-old. So a lot of things is coming into play when we work with every kids, which is why I do have this diet coach working with me under me. She's a dietitian. She's working in Germany. So what she does is she helps us build a customized protocol for each kid whenever necessary. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So another thing that we do is we do customize the, 1 or 2 supplements that we use because we are not supplement centered. What we do is, I freely say this, I use like a tonic to restore the gut and to do the, detoxification.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we do need some sort of support. But what we do not do is we do not do multivitamins and all of those things because it's not possible to supplement all the vitamins and minerals through pills, which biomedical does, which I totally do not agree with because I have seen kids being prescribed like 10, sometimes 24 supplements when you are doing biomedical. And then I am like,
24 in one time.
Exactly. Do you feed your child 5 fruits in one day? Just tell me that. Or 5 veggies in one day?
I can't.
You cannot, and it's not necessary. Then how can you do that for like 24? So it doesn't make sense. So what we do is we make things simpler. We teach you a process by which you are. Do I need to sign? Okay.
And then another one on paper. I'll give
Oh.
that to you.
Okay. Give me a minute, guys. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. No problem.
All right.
And what was your name, sir?
Tasnuva.
This name here?
Yes, that's mine. I have never had this thing happen to me before.
That's okay. Life happens.
Thank you guys for your patience as well. Can you please close the door? Thank you very much. Have a nice day. So let's just carry on.
Okay. So I had another question which a follower is asking as well. What dietary changes would you recommend? Autistic kids are told to be picky eater. Like most of the kids are picky eaters. I'm so blessed that mine isn't. But yeah, there are so many picky eaters, and as you say that your program says that you say that whatever you suggest is approved by picky eater. So yeah, so people are asking how can we overcome this picky eatiness of the kids?
Great question. So here is the thing. I always work at the root cause. So let's say your child is a picky eater not by personality, not because he is autistic, not because it's his dada or nana used to be picky eater. It's not like that. Your child is picky eater because he has sensory issues. Okay. Number 1, sensory issue. Number 2 is the gut imbalance. For example, if the gut is very imbalanced, then what will happen is there is a lot of microbes there inside your gut, and it will create and crave sugars, and hard foods and things like that. Okay, for some kids, they are very much addicted to pasta or white stuff, right? Or maybe cheese nuggets, stuff like that. So what happens is, if your child cannot withstand wet food, that's a sensory issue. That's a sensory issue related to picky eating. If your child cannot, let's say, chew certain food, that's not really because of the picky eating. That's happening because your child has hypotonia of the muscles of the jaw, which is why they cannot chew properly. And then if it can also be because it's just the cravings coming on from the disbalanced gut. So what I do is I try to understand why your child is a picky eater, find the root cause, and solve that first. Okay?
Okay.
So when that problem is solved, your child is no longer a picky eater, and then your child will eat every single thing that you feed him. Okay? I suggest your followers to go onto my page and then go through our clients telling how we do that, even I telling do that. Because what we do is we have this 3-step detox process that starts first, and then we go on to the diet change. That's how we make it easy. That's how we make it easy and totally doable. We have worked with very severe picky eaters. I would say just one food eater. There was this guy who worked with us. He used to just drink Pediasure. He was 7-year-old, and he just used to eat Pediasure, nothing else. Not eat, sorry, it's drinking, right? His mother could not feed him anything. They live in USA. They took this kid to a lot of people. Nobody could make him eat anything. And alhamdulillah, when he joined us, what we do is we obviously first solve the pickiness, which is coming from the gut imbalance, which is coming from the toxins, and also the sensory issues. When those were gone, now this kid is taking soups and broths and eating all the vegetables and everything, even chewing them. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
So there's one more question. Someone is asking, does dietary change bring change to the behavior and help overcome sensory issues as well?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Of course, when you are detoxifying the gut and the body, the problems the problem that are caused by all those toxins are going to go away.
And I would add one thing before we move on to the next question is this. When you are having a picky eater and then you want to find someone, experts in picky eating, I have seen all the time what they're saying is cut the fruits into certain shapes, do this food play.
That is so lame. That is so lame. For a 2-year-old, maybe that will work. But for a 6-year-old, for a 7, like my son is 6-year-old. If I'm going to cut, like he doesn't eat strawberries. If I'm going to cut strawberries in flower shapes or heart shape, no, he's not going to still eat. Yeah, he's still not going to eat them. No.
Exactly. You need to change the pattern. Why he's a picky eater? Why he doesn't like strawberries? Why he cannot stand the smell of fruits? And then only you can work on that. It's not possible to not address the root cause and just have the surface level thing going on. And then I find it so hard that they have like 70,000-80,000 people following them. I'm like, oh my God, all these moms, they're just wasting time. Then that's not going to solve their problem, really. Because pickiness, you cannot solve pickiness by food play or trying to teach them things from outside. You can only solve them 100% sustainably for a life when you resolve the root cause of what's causing the pickiness in the first place.
I 100% agree with that. Yeah. So, okay. So you talk about detoxification and then you talk about the diet lifestyle changes. What I want to ask is that diet change or the lifestyle change going to be permanent? Like, is it going to be stay forever? If my child is going to be on gluten-free diet, will he be staying on that forever? Will he never be going to eat wheat or anything like that?
Great question. Okay. So it takes about 2 years for the gut and brain to heal completely or as much as possible. So I always suggest stay that grain-free route for 2 years and then slowly introduce food. Okay. Sometimes we have seen by 1 year of some of the kids, like they change so much, they can go back to regular diet. But there's a but. regular diet, if it's containing sugary stuff,
Junk.
soda, pizza, then you are going back. It's a lot like changing, you know, weight loss. You lose weight by certain diet, and then you go back to eating those crappy food. You will again gain back the weight.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so healthy eating,
yeah,
as much as possible. Yes, we do not teach our kids to be. There are some coaches. They are super strict. I cannot do that. I am not like that because I'm a foodie. I love food. We are Southeast Asians. We love our food. Okay, we love our rice.
we do.
Yeah. So what I do is I teach ways how to incorporate, you know, treats here and there, so that the parents can enjoy food with their child in Eid or, you know, iftar, birthday celebrations and things like that. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not create us just to be always sad and in misery. Right.
Yeah, and you know, always stopping the kid from eating, don't eat that and don't eat that. No, you cannot touch that. Like right now, what I am doing is I'm just honestly, whatever I had that when you said that my son should go on starch-free diet. Now what I'm doing is that whatever I have that I think, okay, this is if he's going to go on a starch-free diet, this is not good for him. I'm literally hiding each and everything. And I have 2 daughters. They will request me, okay, Mama, can we eat this? No, nobody can eat this. Okay, this is going into the garbage. It's going into the closet, and there's a lock there. So no one is. So yeah, if this was going to stay forever, then this is a really big challenge for parents as well. Kids too, but parents as well. You know, it's really hard to keep the kids on a specific diet, and when all the other kids around are eating, you know, stuff like that all the time.
But here's the thing: what happens is when you restore their gut, their natural affinity towards junk food reduces. I have seen my students tell me, like, Apu, when we take him going outside, you know, outside food and restaurant, and we bring his food, he actually eats his own food. He doesn't show that much interest in our food. Okay, that's one thing. And another thing is, you know, like, this is not a permanent thing, but healthy lifestyle should be a permanent thing, because it's not like, how to say, as much as you can enjoy treats once in a while, but if you make that a habit, then it will be hard.
Yeah,
you will see regression.
Yeah, of course. You know,
you will see a lot of things coming back.
Again, the weight loss example was so good, that if you have done so much hard work and you have lost a lot of weight, and then you're going to eat like an animal again, then there's no point. There's no point.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no
you
point.
fast the whole day. Okay, and then for your iftar, you are eating every single thing.
Yeah. So
we have a lot of questions from your people.
Yeah, I'm reading those. So in short, you're saying that dietary changes will be like you would recommend that we stay on the restricted diet for at least 2 years, and then after that we can slowly start giving other food. Other food, but still it shouldn't be like 100% junk food or 100% what call it unhealthy. Okay,
but I would say, like, you know, staying gluten-free is very good, because from my experience, I have seen my son does not react to rice, does not react to gluten-free foods. He's totally fine. He's all moods, education, study, everything is fine. But if I feed him wheat-based products like 2-3 days in a row, and then I'll see a meltdown here, a tantrum there, which is unexplainable. You know, there are explainable things. There are some things that every child does. It's not like your neurotypical kid, neurodiverse kid. No, every kid wants love, you know, attention and all of those things. But there will be unexplained reaction to things that you can contrive to, you know, it's happening because I have been feeding him gluten for the last 3-4 days. Just for experimental purpose. I do that a lot, because I never tell you to do anything that I haven't tried myself. Never. Or on my son. And yes, you can say that just because it worked on your son does not mean it worked on me. Okay, I have now worked with 50+ students. It worked with them. Different age, gender, country. Some are white, some are Asian, some are Australian. If it works for all of these people, then inshallah it will work for you.
Of course.
Okay.
And you know, there's no harm in changing the diet. You know, it's not something that is going to harm you. It's not something that, you know, it's not like antibiotic or something that has the good and bad effect. Like, it's just a diet change, and it's a healthier one. So
Exactly.
what's the harm? What's the harm in trying?
I think it's
So
because the fears and you don't want to do something, you feel like you will fail, because a lot of the time our fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being ostracized keeps us in the loop. You want to change that.
yeah,
You want to stop rice from your child. Then your in-laws or people around you, they would say like, oh my God, you're not feeding rice. No roti, no chapati. You are killing my grandson or granddaughter.
exactly.
Exactly.
And yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's a pressure, and we need to make
that,
create awareness around this, so that they
yeah,
can also understand, yes, the food that you ate growing up is not same as now. Our food is full of poisons, full of pesticide, chemicals,
preserve
antibiotics.
others. Yeah,
Exactly. That's why
yeah,
you didn't have autism kids around your life, but we have. We
yeah. A
see it.
lot. We see a lot. Every other kid I see has the same problem. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Someone is saying, does Dr. T offer specific techniques regarding speech for nonverbal kids in her
Okay.
program? So that's the
Very good
basic
question.
point.
Very good
Yeah.
question. So thank you very much for this question, because it helps me to clear up something. So here is the thing. We do not do any therapies. No therapeutic techniques is going to be happening when you are working with us. Why? The same thing. I do not do monkey training. What I do is I help your child's brain develop, because when your child's brain develop, your child will learn language from around, will learn to be independent, button shirt, and do all of those, how to say, like fine motor skill, gross motor skill, cognitive development. All of those things comes naturally when your child's brain develop. The other day I did a live where I actually showed everybody proof that there is just one developmental chart, like gradation and system for all kids, whether they're neurotypical or neurodiverse. And that proves my point, because I did not take my son to any therapies, right? No occupational therapy, no speech therapy, and my son could not climb stairs. He could not hold pencils. He could not hold toys that were not, that were small. He could not chew his food, sleep, non-verbalism apart. So all of those problems slowly and gradually removed itself when we started working on his, gut and brain development. That's how your child will learn. And then there is no need for any speech or occupational therapeutic way. You can teach your child just like you would, teach your 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 5-year-old. That's it. Okay. You don't have to do any specific therapies for that. It's just all natural from inside.
Right now, when you were talking about this, you're answering the question. I was just thinking how, when we go towards the therapy and, that kind of stuff for the, not really the treatment, to just make our kids acceptable for the society. When we take these therapies, we have to address every single issue of our child separately. Like for fine and gross motor skills, we have to work on them separately. For speech, we have to work on them separately. For our occupational therapy, we have to work on them separately. And then for the behavior, we have to do everything. There's just one holistic approach.
Yeah.
You just have to change the diet. You just have to change the lifestyle. That too for not a longer time. And then you'll see that everything will fall into its place. How beautiful is that? And how easy is that when we think about that in that way? How easy it is. You don't have to work on everything.
The problem with the system is they want segregate everything, compartmentalize everything. Your eyes, your nose, your ears and mouth all in the same small spot. But you have to go to an eye specialist, ear specialist, teeth specialist, separate places. If you go to your ear specialist and you tell that, if you cannot swallow your food, he will say like, you have to go to a throat specialist. Why? But they are connected. Sometimes if you have cold, you feel this pressure, you cannot swallow properly. It's all connected, the whole body. Asian, Eastern medicine, the reason why Eastern medicine is having a comeback is because of this. Eastern medicine has always been a holistic approach. Like your whole body is one system, not eye, not ears and things like that. Your whole body is one system. And there is this mind-body medicine. Your mind affects your body affects your mind. If your gut is full of bad things, you will feel poopy. Okay, you will feel depressed, you will feel anxious. When you eat better, your mood will improve drastically. And I have done, you know, before I wanted to work on my son, I worked on myself. I changed my own diet, I changed my own lifestyle, I did the detox thing on myself. And after I saw result in myself, then I changed his. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what I say all throughout, all the time. Like, for us, this is very simple. And yet the problem is, we human, we think simple answers are not worthy. Things need to be hard. Things need to be all jargony, medical language. Because when you go to your speech therapist, they will say your son has apraxia or asphyxia, you know, stuff like that. And then teeth grinding and so many other things coming into play. And you're like, it's just one thing. Your child cannot speak because the speech center, which resides inside your child's brain, is not developed properly yet. Develop that, your child will speak. And I love the fact that this is so naturally possible to be doing without running into 10 different therapies, because you do not have to piecemeal each thing. They are all connected together. You do this 4 or 5 things, and then you don't have to even work with me. What I'm saying is, I have a ton of resource that you can go and then you try on your own. You see the result yourself. You see the result yourself first. You do the test, you do the experiment on yourself, and then we will be definitely loving to hear more from you about it.
Yeah, of course, sure. Because, you know, I'm just
overwhelmed.
I am because, you know, everything, you know, you were talking about that your son was not even able to hold pencil. I was thinking, okay, I have not faced all these challenges. I have never, alhamdulillah, I have never faced these challenges. Even though my son was autistic, well, I didn't know at that time that he was autistic. But yeah, he did have some problem holding the pencil or doing. I think still he does not have that much command on his gross motor skills, but he's way better than most of the kids that I see and that I hear about. And then again, I don't have to work on every teeny tiny bit. I just have to change one thing, that's his diet, and that is very easy to do. That's not, alhamdulillah, not for me, not hard for me, because he's not a picky eater. Whatever I'll give to him. And well, he understands stuff, he comprehends stuff. So what I do is, when I'm going to give him something new, I just tell him, okay, Mustafa, this is something I'm going to give you, and this has this good thing in it, this has this good thing in it, these are the nutritional facts. You know, it has vitamin D or vitamin K or, you know, this and that, and it's really good for you, and, you know, this thing is really good for your eyes and really good for your brain. The other day, I made a cake and I put poppy seeds in it, and he was like, Mom, what is this? And I said, it's poppy seeds, Mustafa, it's very good for your brain. And 2 days after that, he was like, Mama, are you making sandwich for me? Can you put poppy seeds poppy seeds in it? So he understands. And then once he gets the point, okay, this thing is good for my body or myself, then he just eats it. Even if he doesn't like it, he'll eat it. So, but for so many other people who are suffering that their kids don't eat stuff, and their kids have a lot of problems, not one, like they're not struggling in one or two areas, they have so many other problems. They just have to do one thing, the detox first, and change the lifestyle.
Change the diet as well.
And that's it. Everything is going to fall into place, inshallah.
Yeah. The other 2 things is like your mindset, because we have the 5 pillars. The first one is actually the mom's mindset and inner work, stability of yourself. Because if you feel like I can't do this, then your child cannot do it as well. A lot of the time we just say, my son is a picky eater, so I cannot feed him. My son is this, so I cannot do it. No, you cannot do it because you yourself feeling the fear first. You're feeling the resistance that you will fail, which was my issue as well. I waited for the system to take over the problem from my plate and solve it. It was not happening. Thank God for pandemic. Thank God for pandemic, because if it was not pandemic, maybe he would have been inside the system and I would not have the urge to do research on myself and try on things. And I want to use your example and dissect it. What you did with Mustafa just now is you changed his diet part, by doing the, the example that you gave. So there is this diet change, okay? When you change diet, certain detoxification already starts. So you did the detox thing. Then you taught him, you were making the thing in front of him. That's like you are bonding with your child. That's a lifestyle piece. And then you are also teaching him to get interested in the food. That's need-based parenting. So you actually, from this one action, you have already incorporated like 4 or 5 of our pillars already. That's how easy things are actually. That's how easy things are.
Yeah. I think you just have to make your mind, and you just have to tell yourself first that you can do this. You've got this. You've got this. And I think it gets easier once you think that I have to do this for my son or my daughter. I have to do this for them because we are not going to be there for them forever. And one day they have to lead an independent life, and for that, we have got to do. We have to take some, even if it's hard, we have to take some hard steps. We have to take some tough steps to make them independent in life, so to make them not be dependable on the parents or anyone else the rest of their lives. Okay, so let's talk about the detox. Can you guide us about that a little bit? How to do that? Like where to start from?
So as a free resource, I do have this Detox 101, like 3-4 part series of videos, which you can watch from my channel or from the Instagram page. That's one thing. Then you have to understand what are toxins. So toxins are any chemicals that has any bad effect in the body. Definitely you cannot expect to learn about everything in a very short period of time, and you do not need to. Trust me, I don't like to bombard people with the jargon and make them feel like, oh my God, I'm so cool, I know everything, chemicals wise. No need. What you have to do is first understand this. There is like exposure to toxins from outside and also from inside. Okay. So how do you reduce exposure from outside? You pick food that are antibiotic free, that are organic as much as possible. Then you use your skincare products that are natural, does not have parabens, phthalates, and all of those things. Okay, so use natural products for your skin, for your brushing your teeth. Use non-fluoride toothpaste, because fluoride will really cause havoc for the gut and the brain development, by the way. Okay. So those are reducing exposure from outside. So how about inside? So inside, what you have to do is your child needs probiotics, prebiotics, some sort of supplement will really help. Then giving them some sort of, Ayurvedic or holistic or naturopathic, I would say like herbal supplements, like say celery juice, then senna leaves, then detox juices. All of those things can help the internal system to detoxify naturally. And also sometimes you will need that support, because these kids have been eating like this for like 3, 4, 5, 10 years. So there is this load of stored toxins. You need to release them safely and softly. So here's the thing. Sometimes parent does things or at home, maybe they go very aggressively and then they see regression. So they get scared, like, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong. So that's why you need to work under a professional to make things go slow and steady, because slow and steady wins the race. Okay. So the detoxification comes from the diet part, cleaning up the diet. Detoxification comes by drinking lots of water, by taking herbal supplements or herbal based things that can help your like gut, liver, kidney. Then avoiding toxins, scented candles, scented products, non-natural or chemical based skincare, all of those things can incorporate.
So for the supplements, should we go to a professional to get a prescription for that, or should we be taking them under professionals under some professionals care, or should we be doing it ourselves?
I would definitely suggest to do it under a professional, and also to find the right professional. Okay. So if
Yeah.
you are going to a biomedic, then he or she will give you 24 supplements, which just now we have shared. It's not a good route. So find a naturopath or an Ayurvedic practitioner. They are cheaper, they are more affordable, and they are more effective. Yes, the problem is now in our modern life, we are used to getting things like this. So we want solving like this. So like when you join, you're like, oh my God, my son is not speaking. It's been 1 month. What's happening? It's not going to work like that. You have to be
Yeah.
patient because your child is not an animal. He's a human being. So the
Yeah.
body of human beings restore at different stages. Okay.
Okay, so someone is asking how old were both of your kids when you started the dietary changes?
My my daughter was very young. She was like 6-7 months. Okay. And then my son was about 3 years when we changed the diet. But I have
No.
also worked with very old people, like 16-year-old kids. Okay. So any age in between. So we now know, alhamdulillah, how to work through every ages and to find the specific problem that the child is having and then working on that.
Okay, so well, someone is asking about my son as well. So for me, I think I did not face a lot of problems with my son. The reason for that now, when I know that diet plays a very important role in that, is I think the reason is that I have kept him away from junk and sugar and stuff like that a lot from the beginning, from the start. He was I still remember he was about 2 years old, and he went to a barber shop, and he to get a haircut, and the barber gave him a lollipop. And so that he will just keep on playing or sucking it, and he'll cut his hair, and he didn't know what that is and how to open that lollipop. He had no idea what that thing is. And he came back home with that, and he said, and he told me that barber gave it to me, and I said, Mustafa, this is garbage. And I just threw it away. I still remember that. So, yeah. He was a big boy, and he still I still would there's another thing in our culture. The thing is that our grandparents, they pamper our kids too much, and
they show love with junk food.
Out of love, they would offer kids stuff like that, chocolate, candy, or stuff like that. So when you live alone, you can do that easily. So I was in Canada. I used to live alone. It was just me and my husband and my son. So it was really easy. So because I stopped all of that, and then there was no white flour was banned in our house. The plain white flour, all-purpose flour, was banned in our house. I would make pizza. I would use the multigrain or whole grain, everything. I don't remember living in Canada I've ever ordered pizza from outside. And my son would never eat that. Even over here, my son doesn't like the pizza that we order from outside in Pakistan because the taste is not developed. He doesn't like the white flour base.
Yes.
So I think because of that restriction, my son doesn't have that many problems. But about the gluten-free diet, I think I've been doing, like, I started it about 2 months ago, not too long ago. But I already see some tiny changes in him. Positive changes, of course.
Mashallah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not expecting too much until about maybe six months or maybe more. But yeah, it's just a start. But I have started it, and I'm ready to follow it. And yeah, and I'm ready to follow it, even if it takes 2 years or even if it takes more. I'm not gonna give up, because there's no harm in trying to change your lifestyle, to change your diet to a healthier one. There's no harm. And there's no side effect. Exactly, there's no side effect. And the plus is, whatever I'm feeding my son, I'm feeding my daughters as well. Although they're neurotypical, I'm feeding them as well. So yeah, everyone is switching to a healthier lifestyle. So my son is now 6, and I just started the gluten-free and starch-free diet about 2 months ago. But before that, there were no junk, no sugary stuff, and no outside stuff, or no preservatives included things in any of our diet, or in my son's diet as well. So maybe that's the problem. That's the reason he doesn't have that many issues or that many challenges. Yeah. Okay,
I would love to take this question from Azra. Would you like me to do that? Maria?
Sure, sure, yeah, yeah.
Because this is a very, very, very important point. So how did you both deal with the social factor, the non-acceptance of these kids in school and everywhere they go? So let me go first. What I did was, as a neurodiverse myself, I have had struggle all throughout my life. I was scared shit that when I sent my son to school, he was very nonverbal, very unsocial, and then he was told that he was destined for special school. And then I did understand this much. If I want to teach something to my son, I have to keep him in an environment where they speak that language, they behave that way.
Yeah.
I cannot expect him to behave sustainably, normally, or socially if I am keeping him in a, you know, in a special ed class where all the kids are behaving that way, because kids learn from their environment.
Exactly.
Okay, so I had that understanding from the get-go, and then what I did was I had to work on his improvement first, rather than being an advocate and fighting with the whole world. Like, learn how to talk with my son, learn
Exactly.
how
Yes,
to
yes.
interact with my son. What I did was I gave him the strength, I gave him the gift of being the best version of himself, so that now
Yes.
he can face the world without me being always his advocate beside his side. Okay, so there is this acceptance, but working on your child thing, that is very important. Acceptance does not mean, okay, my son is autistic, he is this and that, I have nothing else much to be taken care of because I am told by the professional that this is what his life is supposed to be. Okay, let's just do what everybody is telling me to do. That is gonna really harm your child in the first place. What you have to do is understand, which is why we have the mindset as the first pillar. Okay, mindset as the first pillar. So if you think it this way, there is just 1% of neurodiverse in the entire world. So for 8 billion of people, we have around 80 million of neurodiverse. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
that 7.2 billion people will just change their way just because you guys are neurodiverse?
Yeah.
Do you, as a neurotypical parent, do you accept your child's all aspects very happily?
Exactly.
How can you expect others to do that? They did not give birth to these people. You cannot expect.
There are times when we say that, okay, we have had enough, we need a break.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So my
we do talk about acceptance.
Yeah. So my take was accepting his problem and working on it and making him possible, making him capable for the world, rather than forcing the world to understand my son. That's not actually helping my son. That's actually asking the whole world to change his way, and it's not gonna work. It's a unproductive fight, I would say.
Yeah. So
okay,
so I have a different. I have a little different approach with that. The thing is that where I am right now, there are a lot of kids suffering from this issue, and then the problem is there is no awareness at all.
Yes.
Like I would say 90% of the kids suffering, the parents don't even know that what is the problem with their kid, how to deal with it, or why the kid is doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the kid ends up bullied by, friends, people at school, people at park, and at home as well. So, I try my best to, when I'm homeschooling, so my problem is not the school. I'm homeschooling right here because I'm not really okay with the educational system over here. That's another story. Even in Canada, my son was not really happy at the school because, he would say, as I have shared already, that he does have some, he has a higher IQ and stuff. So he would go to school and he would come back crying, Mama, they're teaching me baby stuff. I don't want to learn that. I know that already. So, he wants to go, grade higher than his age. And, so that was not working for us. When they don't allow, in Pakistan, I can do that.
Yes.
I can put him in whatever grade I want to, but over there, they don't allow that. So, well, we'll see what we'll do when we'll go back. But over here, I'm not planning to put him in any school. I'm perfectly happy with homeschooling him because he's very easy to teach and he loves to learn. So it's really I honestly enjoy working with him, and I honestly enjoy teaching him, because it's I just have to provide him resources, and he'll learn on himself. So when I you ask about social acceptance, um, I try to take him to park every other day so that he can socialize with other kids, so that it's not just me or the family that he's socializing with. And I have seen that probably with the diet changes as well, and with passage of time, he has learned how to talk to other people. Earlier, what he would do is he would just hide behind my back when he will see another kid, and I'll say, "Okay, Mustafa, go say salam to him, or go talk to him, or go make be friends with him, go play with them." And he will just not do that. He'll just hide behind my back and say, "Oh no, Mama, I'm too small, or I don't want to do that. No, 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 I can do that. No." And now he makes I even did a post on that. He initiates conversation himself. He would say, "Assalamu alaikum, what's your name or age and everything," and he will just start playing with the kids so good. Alhamdulillah. Then again, everything comes back to the lifestyle and dietary changes, because I feel that since I have started these changes, I'm seeing tiny things that I have noticed earlier that he was struggling with, and now he's getting better at those. And
same with
then
my son also. He had a lot of social anxiety. He could not play in the play area. He did not know how to do the slides. He would be very scared to use the kids apparatus and all of those things. But now we hardly can get him back home. He's always playing outdoors. He's making friends. He has 3 best friends. He invites them at home, and I have to cook for them and whatnot. So yeah, I am. If I was told 3 years ago that this would be my life, I would be like, ha ha ha, you are joking, right? Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same for us. For the social factor, I take him to park every other day, and then I have admitted him in extracurricular activity, that is martial arts. He go to martial arts classes. That is good for his gross motor skills, because I was feeling that he's lacking in gross motor skills a bit. So that makes up for that as well, because they teach you how to balance your own body, or how to control your own body movements. And over there, he has made such good friends, I'm just amazed. Yeah, he's made such good friends. Then I'm amazed. The other day he had a test, and he got an orange belt, and there were kids who were just clapping, cheering for her. And there was a kid who was like, "Oh my God, my best friend has gotten the orange belt. I'm so happy for you. I just can't stop clapping." And I was about to cry over there because I never thought I would hear those words from anyone saying that for my kid, because the way he was treating other kids was like, he wouldn't know how to interact with someone else. He wouldn't know how to behave. He wouldn't know how to control his hands and legs, and he would just move hands and legs unintentionally, and then he would end up hitting someone, and then they would be crying, and there would be a scene. So yeah, I do feel that the changes are showing me some positive changes. But for the acceptance, I do try to teach the other kids as well a little bit. Just that's not for that's not how to deal with autistic kids, but just how to deal with kids generally. Like the other day, I went to park, and my kid was wanting to play with, like Mustafa wanted to play with. There were 3 or 4 girls who were older than him. They were like 10 and above, and he wanted to play with them, and they were like, they were being super rude, and they were like, "Are you crazy? Just go away. Why are you teasing us? Why are you irritating? Well, you're disturbing us. Just go away. Are you crazy?" Like 2 or 3 times this said those words, "Are you crazy?" And then I told him, "Okay, Mustafa, why don't you go sit on that side and go play with your sisters?" And then I talked to those girls. I was like, "Okay, you know what? He's my son. If he's being irritated, if you're being irritated, if he's irritating you, please don't say, 'Are you crazy?' Don't say that to any kid. Don't say that to any kid ever. This is a nice thing to say. You just go to the mom, and you talk to her. You talk to her and say, 'Auntie,' or whatever you want to call them. 'Your son is irritating us, or he's disturbing us, or we don't want to play with him. And can you please take care of that?' And I'm the mother. I will do whatever I have to do." So you don't call names, or you don't say stuff like that. Nice. And they were like, "Okay." So yeah, I try to teach the kids as well, but because that's not how you deal with not just autistic kids, but with any kid. I won't like anyone to call even my daughters, "Are you crazy?" or anything like that. And then my son, he has such good memory. He will, 100 years from now, he won't even forget that, okay, when I was 6 years old, somebody called me, "Are you crazy?" So
Yes,
yeah, that's going to
yes.
be the
And
scar on
that
him
creates
forever.
the traumas and everything. That creates
Yes, yes, it
a lot
does.
of
Yeah.
trauma. That's the thing.
So,
The
okay.
majority of the work is working on the child, and a little bit is the advocacy piece. But what we
Yes.
do is we make the advocacy the bigger part, and then
Yeah.
the working on the child very little. That's
Yeah.
where the problem is.
Yeah. Okay, so you're fasting. We
Yeah,
have had our
yeah.
iftar, so yeah,
We
that's
can
why
do
I'm so
another
fresh. If
part
you're
another
fasting, I
day,
don't want.
inshallah.
Yeah,
Inshallah.
yeah. So I don't want to, keep you here for a lot longer time. It was really, really so great talking to you, and you gave us so much information. So just in the end, just give us a holistic approach that you follow. You are. Following for your clients and your son as well. And then, yeah, you have a Ramadan special offer as well going
Yes.
on. So yeah,
Yes.
just tell the followers about that as well, so that they would know where to go and where to find you,
Inshallah.
and
Inshallah.
if they
Okay.
want to enroll in your program. Yeah.
Okay, so what we do is we teach the 5 pillars protocol, which I have built for my own son. Okay, so we teach the mindset. How do we teach that? We use NLP, neuro linguistic programming. We also use trauma healing method, so that I can go inside the mom's head and find out what's going on inside of her, what's creating all those fears, the blocks that's holding herself, because when she's holding herself back, she's also holding the progress of her child. I truly believe a healthy and capable mom, is the starting of the child's building blocks. Okay, so that's our first pillars. And then the second one is obviously the diet. Then we do the detoxification. Then we teach our students how to create holistic lifestyle habits in very easy way, not too restricted, not like that, because we are also modern mom. We are sometimes mom of multiple kids. Like I have like 3 kids. So having that in the piece, understanding, and also trying to build a lifestyle that is sustainable at the same time. Because my lifestyle in Canada will not be same as your lifestyle in Pakistan. Your lifestyle in Pakistan will be same as one in Germany. So what we do is we understand the client's specific needs, and then we guide them towards that. And then the last one is need-based parenting. That is how you connect with your child. You bring your child outside from the shell. You become their perfect advocate. You are the teacher. You are pretty much everything. Because when you are ready with your mindset and with other 4 pillars, the best things happens to your child. I have always seen radical changes happening in like 6 months. A child who was doing therapies for months or maybe 1 or 2 years was not speaking, but right after the protocol, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave that, not me in any shape or form. I'm just the bearer of the message that this is what you should be doing. Okay, so that's how we work, and that always works. I have never seen this protocol fail with any kids, despite the age or gender or socioeconomic background, because it works with removing the root cause, which is causing your child's developmental delay. Autism is not really not really a permanent condition of your child's brain. The developmental delay that your child has, it's totally possible to be get back them, recover them, whatever word suits you. And it depends on how long you follow, how much you do the work, and how much faith and like relaxation you bring into it. If you are like planting a seed and then checking up on the seed every single day, did it grow, it's not going to work. So you have to be like calm and chill, and we teach that also through our mindset work, to keep calm and do the work. And for Ramadan, what we are giving is to celebrate the month of Ramadan, we are giving up these 2 really cool bonus. The number 1 is we give anyone who is joining us 1 full month of extra membership, extra coaching calls. We do coaching calls every week. So I take calls, then my healers and my coaches, they take the call as well. So you're not just being taught by me, but you're taught by my whole team. Okay. And then what I'm giving is 1 day, like a retreat. Okay. Giving you a total makeover of your life and lifestyle and health. So in there, you will be given your own personalized diet by our dietitian. You will be given Reiki healing by our Reiki healer. You will be given a lot of, my own secret sauce on how I am managing all of these multiple pieces of my life and how you can do it yourself. So all of those things are coming just, whenever you are joining us within the month of Ramadan by 27th of our Ramadan. If you join us, then you will get all of those bonus, as well as I do offer payment plans. That will be that the payment plan can be, actually as little as $510 per month. When you calculate that, even in your Pakistani amount, it won't be that much. Maybe you are spending even more, but you're not getting the result. The main point is spending and investing on something that gives you the result, that takes you to the direction where you need to be going. Okay. So let me know if you want to learn more. You can go to www.autismsuccessacademy.com. That's our website. You can also DM me. We can have a chat, because I have this thing called Clarity Call, which is about like a 1-hour session where it's complimentary. You don't have to pay for that. What we do is we talk with parents, both parents, and then we discuss about their child. We give them a way, a hope, and then we also discuss their financial situation so that we can work out something. So it's not like, I am charging this and you have to pay that. I try my best to give support anywhere possible. Okay.
That is great. That is great. Thank you so very much, Dr. T. Thank you for, sharing so much with us. And I have learned so many more things from you in just today's session. In just today's session, and I hope my followers have too. And I would love to see some of them joining you soon, inshallah. And I would love to see some of them messaging me after some time and telling me that, okay, our kids have started talking, or our kids have started doing this and that, inshallah, inshallah.
That's what we all want. That's what we all want. I get
inshallah.
paid not just by the money, mostly by the wins that the parents share. Like, okay, today he said mommy to me, and I'm like, yeah. Because don't we all want to be called mommy, even though our kids could not speak and whatnot, right?
Yeah. So okay, I think that's it for today. And you're fasting. I don't want to take any more time of you.
Thank you so much. We will do another session sometime soon, inshallah, because it was really fun.
Yeah, and you know what, Mustafa, even today I told Mustafa, okay, Mustafa, you need to sleep early today. I have to go. I have to go. I have a task. And he said, when will I talk to Muhammad? I was like, okay, Mustafa, we'll wait something.
He sent me a voice note, actually, guys. But
he
sent me a voice note. And I replied back saying that we will do a Zoom call so that you can share your stuff with Muhammad, and we can have the online play date, inshallah.
Yeah, the fact that he can read whenever I am, trying to put him to sleep, and I'm on my phone and I'm texting, like last few days we were talking on the Instagram, and he would read all of the messages, and he was like, okay, so he knew about Muhammad, and he sent the message himself. And I was like, yeah, I heard it afterwards, and I was like, okay, Mustafa, what did he send? And then he was like, I just want to know how old is he, and I want to see him. And I was like, okay. And it's smart to reply, and I was like, okay, Mustafa, here's a reply for you. And now now he's waiting. But yeah, we'll plan something after Ramadan, inshallah.
Inshallah. Allah Hafiz, everybody.
Allah Hafiz.